Hello IT Savvy Yotes, my name is Cadet Tristan McKenzie and I am your ISNCO. In this video I'll be covering Cisco Anyconnect VPN installation and troubleshooting. I'll also be giving a brief introduction to a study tool that has transformed my learning experience here at the Academy and one that I think would be quite useful for you all in your STEM related courses. Now before I jump into Cisco Anyconnect installation, first I just want to talk about ANKI. That's the application I was just mentioning earlier. It's essentially like Quizlet, except instead of only being able to use a front and back flashcard mechanism, you can also use closed deletions and image occlusions, and there's also many other functions that come with it. So by that I mean you can take a sentence and you can hide one word, and then when you hit the spacebar it'll show you that one word in the sentence. So I'll show you an example of what this looks like. I use this for a lot of my STEM classes like cell biology. I used it for organic chemistry, and I also am using it for studying for the MCAT. So for example, here's just a picture of glucose and whatever this is. I'll hit the spacebar and it shows me that it's ribose. I'm like, okay, I feel good about that, and I can hit that 3 button and it'll come up in 10 minutes. And that's another great part about this device is it will essentially take your flashcards, and the ones that you're struggling with, it'll front load them and you'll see them more often. So if I'm struggling with this, I can hit again and I'll see it in a minute. And so this is an example of the image occlusion, and I can keep going through, and as you can see, it's just hiding that one part of that picture there, and when I hit show answer it shows me that part. So all I do to make this is, for example, let's say I want to make a flashcard of my desktop, I hit the Windows key Shift S, so Windows Shift S, and then I take a screenshot of the picture that I want to take, right? And it just got added to my clipboard. And what I can do is I'll go back in my decks and I'll simply just add a new card, and I'll hit this button right here, and it pulls up that picture that I just took a snippet of, and I can hide any part of that picture and I can make a new card out of that. So I can hide that, I can hide that, I can hide that, and then I can make 3 cards out of this. And so I can take one image from an online textbook perchance and make 3 flashcards out of it. And with this I can study active recall when I'm getting ready for WPRs instead of having to go through my notes and make flashcards the night before. I think this is really easy. I like to make my flashcards in concordance with each lesson. So instead of taking notes, I just read, make flashcards, and then a couple nights before the test, I'll just burn through those flashcards, and that active recall is super helpful for me. An example of the closed deletion, let's see if I can find one. An example of a closed deletion would be like this. Like you would see a sentence, and then I would hide a portion of that sentence, right? And you'd get to see that as like let me see if I can find an example. Hold on. So here, for instance, is an example of a closed deletion. Hold on one sec. So I'm reading this, and transcription regulators of proteins, blah blah blah. I can hit show answer, and it shows me what I hid from that sentence. And it's really quite easy once you get to know the application. It's just simply copy pasting a sentence out of a textbook, and then you can highlight the words that you want to hide, and then there's a button that just says close deletion. So I'm just giving a brief overview of this to pique your guys' interest. If you guys want me to make a more in-depth video of ANKI and how to install it, and also how to use it appropriately, just comment down below and I'll get right on that. But it's super in-depth for me to go into actually installing it and getting the right add-ons and such. But I highly recommend it, and if you guys want me to make a video on that, definitely reach out to me and comment down below. Alright, so without further ado, let's jump into Cisco Anyconnect. Alright, for those of you who are not aware, Cisco Anyconnect is important to use when you are not at West Point because it allows you to connect to the REN essentially by using a VPN, and you can then connect to critical websites such as CIS and Blackboard, I believe. So Starting from a blank word browser, I'm going to go to help.westpoint.edu, and then I'll type in the thing that I want to do, which is downloading Cisco, and I'll go to REN VPN installation instructions from company portal, and this pulls up instructions that I can follow to download the software. Alright, so jumping into those instructions, from an open desktop, I'm going to click the start menu and type company portal. And then in company portal, I'm going to find Cisco Anyconnect. So once it's done signing me in, alright, it just got done loading. So right here in my little home page, I see all the different software that I can download, and it's kind of crazy. There's a lot of stuff that you can download that people don't download. But for example, Adobe Acrobat Pro license, you need to make sure you download that, or else you're going to have a little bit of trouble accessing Adobe Acrobat for the PDFs that you want to sign if you have memos or whatever. If you want me to make a video on that, I can do that as well, but it's pretty much the same process as Cisco Anyconnect. All you have to do is install it. So I'm going to click on Cisco Anyconnect, and I'm going to hit install. Okay, and once that's done installing, you should be able to type that into your search bar, just typing in Cisco, and you can see it pop up there. I'm going to hit enter. And what's key here is you cannot be connected to the REN or REN guest when you're accessing VPN for Cisco Anyconnect, because this VPN is what's getting you to REN. So essentially, you would only use it if you're at your home, at your house, or at a McDonald's or something like that, and you have to go to CIS or something. Like, let's say you forgot to sign out to pass or whatever, you would do that. But I would recommend, for those of you who are trying to set it up, you would want to go ahead and set up a hotspot. Alright, so once you're connected to a hotspot, you're going to type in this URL here. It's vpn.westpoint.edu. So that's vpn.westpoint.edu. And then you're going to simply just hit connect. Now, obviously, it's not going to connect for me because I'm connected to the REN, but if you're connected to a hotspot, it's going to prompt you to put in your credentials. Now, if after putting your credentials into like the Cisco Anyconnect prompt, if you still aren't able to download, like you'll see this, the connection attempt is timed out, verify internet connectivity. So that just means that like either one, your computer like hardware is messed up, which is highly unlikely, or two, you're not authenticated as like a user to use Cisco Anyconnect, or three, you're connected to the REN. So make sure you're connected to a hotspot, and also make sure you like check your credentials and make sure they're correct. And if your credentials are correct and it's still giving you that error, what you're going to do is you're going to go into Office 365. So you're going to go to office.com, and here you're going to be able to log into your account. And in my previous video on Office 365 applications, I gave a brief rundown of like how you can use this to access all your other Office 365 applications. So go ahead and give that a watch if you haven't already. But when you're here, you're going to click on your name, and you're going to hit View Account, and then you're going to scroll down, and on the left-hand side, or I guess in this case on the right-hand side, you're going to hit Change Password, and you're going to go ahead and change your password. And then once you've changed your password, you're going to wait about 48 hours, usually is how long it takes, and you should be able to connect to the Cisco Anyconnect at that point. If you're still having troubles connecting, it's likely like a user authentication problem, and that can be solved with going to Gold Coats or the G6 office. So Gold Coats is located on the 6th floor of Washington Hall, room 6111. If you're having trouble finding it, please reach out to me. My email is posted right here. So again, that email is tristan.mckenzie@westpoint.edu. You can also reach me through my IT assistance form found at this QR code. So that should be just about it for you guys. So today we talked about downloading and installing VPN, Cisco Anyconnect, so that you can access CIS when you're at home. And we also gave a brief intro of ANKI, a really smart flashcard system that I use. Another great study tool that I've been using for writing essays and whatnot is an application called Zotero. I made a video about this previously, so if you haven't watched that, I highly recommend you give that a watch. To give you a brief rundown of what Zotero is, it's essentially a Microsoft Word add-on that will make bibliographies for you. So I'll give you a brief example of what it looks like. Let's say I wrote a sentence, IT assistance form, and I want to add a citation. I can click Add Edit Citation, and I can choose whatever citation format I want it to be in. I know a lot of you guys are writing history papers, so I'll put it in Chicago. And then I can go into my classic view, and it pulls up this library. This Zotero library is essentially a place where I can save all the files that I read offline in one place. And then what I can do is I can simply just click on the essay or manuscript or paper or whatever or journal, news article, whatever, anything that I see off the internet, and I can just put it in, and it will add it in the format that I wish. And then once I'm done writing my paper, I can go on my bibliography page and I can add bibliography. And as you can see, this is literally the exact format of the paper that I just cited in Chicago format. And so it's a super versatile way of writing your papers. It makes the bibliography and the citations really super easy. I highly recommend you guys get on this and everyone download this. And if you need any help from the process of downloading it off of your online onto your desktop and adding it to Word and Chrome, just watch my video. I'm going to link it up here and in the top right hand corner. So yeah, and also it's free to download as well. It's completely free. So thanks again for watching, guys. Really appreciate all the support. I gotta say this now, I'm not a big YouTuber guy, but I gotta say it. Just make sure to like, subscribe, comment below, hit the bells, all that good stuff. I've become the very thing I've sworn to destroy. Alright, have a good one, guys. Bye.